What's up, guys? It's Jay with Bearded Dad Fishing, and since a lot of us are trimming down what we spend and what we're spending on our hobbies due to the state of the economy, inflation, and all that good stuff, I wanted to put a list together of my favorite budget accessories for kayak fishing. Now, these are accessories I use on a regular basis, and they vary from convenience to safety to comfort, so make sure you watch to the end. But first, dad joke of the day: what do you call fake spaghetti? Impasta. And that dad joke is brought to us by Brian Reed of the Facebook group Kayak Fishing Dads. If you're not part of the group, head on over and join the conversation. And number one on our list is something every kayak angler should have, no matter what. And honestly, it should be your first purchase after you buy your kayak. And that is a proper PFD. So this PFD is by Onyx and it's available on Amazon. And honestly, it comes in at an amazing price, especially when you compare it to what's out there in the market right now for PFDs. A lot are $100 or more. My Chinook OS was $160 when I bought it a couple years ago. And this life jacket has everything you look for when it comes to a life jacket for kayak fishing. It has tons of storage. It has a pocket on the left-hand side, which is big enough for almost any cell phone. You can strap it down. You can also use it for plastics or pliers or whatever else. It has another huge pocket on the right-hand side that's held down by some Velcro. It has a lash tab as well, which is perfect for a PFD knife or a marine radio. A little pocket behind that. It has zippered pockets on the side of the bigger pockets on both sides. So tons of storage options when it comes to this PFD. It is a little bit on the thicker side, so you'll see it has a little bit more than an inch of thickness on the front, and the back is about the same as well. It does appear to be a little bit of a more high-riding PFD on the back. However, that will be deceiving because it still hangs low enough that it will interfere with a chair back there. So I wouldn't consider this a high back PFD per se. It's also only available in this color scheme, so the gray, the red, and the brown. So if you're cool with that, that's fine. But all in all, I think for the price, this is a really good life jacket. It's Coast Guard certified, which is the number one thing you should look for. And this life jacket is available on Amazon and comes in at $68 at the time of shooting this video. It also comes in a universal size. So if you're a big dude, 250, 300 pounds or more, this life jacket might be the one for you because it has plenty of space with these straps so that you can be comfortable when you're out there on the water. Number two on our list for budget accessories for kayak fishing is a fishing net. Now, you definitely need a fishing net. However, it doesn't have to be super expensive. This is a fishing net, again, available on Amazon by Placino. It is a little bit of a smaller fishing net, but as you can see, it folds, which is really nice to stow away, to store, easy for that. But this is the length you're gonna get, about 16 inches on the handle. But it is big enough for bass, for a decent sized bass. If you are fishing for muskies or big pickerel, probably get something a little bit better. But a fishing net is essential when it comes to kayak fishing because you don't want to lose that fish just because you didn't have a net on hand. And this net is available on Amazon for only $20 currently, and that's a super steal when it comes to something that's super essential. And number three is another essential for kayak fishing, especially if you find yourself without a pedal drive, and that is an anchor. So you can buy anchors on Amazon and the price is pretty good. So this is a claw anchor, as you can see, because it folds out like a claw. And this comes as a kit. So it comes with a rope, a bag, a carabiner, and a float as well. So it kind of gets all your bases covered at once. This is great, of course, for river fishing. If you're fishing deep lakes, then you're probably not going to use an anchor. If you have a pedal drive, you can get away without an anchor as well. However, if you're fishing any type of moving water, something with current, an anchor can come in handy, especially if you find yourself with only a paddle. And this anchor kit on Amazon is currently $30, and this is for the 3.5 pound anchor. They do have a 1.5 pound, which is $19.99. And budget accessory number four for kayak fishing is a dry bag. Now, this is extremely important to keep your clothes and your essentials dry. If you're out on the water and you need to take an extra pair of clothing or a towel, which is a great idea, by the way, in case you turtle your kayak, you flip it over, you get wet for some reason, have extra clothes with you. But a dry bag will keep that clothing nice and dry. Also, if you don't have a dry compartment in your kayak, this is a good way to get around that and keep whatever it is that you need, your wallet, your phone, your clothes, your extra stuff dry. There's a lot of options when it comes to dry bags, different sizes. There's 5 liter, 10 liter. This is a 20 liter bag. So as you can see, compared to me, it is pretty big. It could fit a full set of clothes in there, some extra stuff. I mean, you could probably use it as a full day bag. It's extremely easy to use. All you do is roll down the top and then you bring the buckles together and boom, that's it. If you don't have one, definitely get one. If you don't have dry storage on your kayak, this is definitely a lifesaver. And this dry bag is only $23 on Amazon at the time of shooting this video. And item number 5 is a treat for your cheeks. It is a seat cushion. Now this is absolutely essential when it comes to long days on the water. You need some sort of seat cushion because your butt will go numb after 8 hours on the water if you don't have a good seat cushion. But this seat cushion right here is very comfortable. You can see it's a little bit flappy, but I'll show you why in a second. Has a strap to hold it down. You can also use that to tie it down or zip tie it to your seat so it's not going anywhere. But it has a zipper so you can take this case off and wash it if need be. The case itself is polyester so it won't get all wet and nasty and sweaty. But the inside, you can see, is this open cell type of design. It's all gel, very squishy, but it's about 1 inch to 1.5 inches thick, making it super comfortable. The good thing about this type of design for a seat cushion is that it springs back up when you get up, so it doesn't get as compressed as something like memory foam, for instance. It also has a non-slip texture on the one side, which is nice. It does come in different colors, but that doesn't matter because it's gonna be covered by the case anyways, but they sell them in 2 packs as well. And my favorite part about this is that it's currently only $20 on Amazon. And budget accessory number 6 is one of my favorite ones. And if you watched me before, you've probably seen this. And it is a milk crate tackle box. You don't need to spend hundreds of dollars on a tackle box for your kayak. There's a lot of options out there. In fact, I did a video comparing 3 of the most popular ones: the Yak Attack Black Pack Pro, the Wilderness Systems Kayak Crate, and the Flambeau Tough Crate. However, they're all more than $100. Some of them reaching almost $200. And this crate right here, you can make it for 20 or 40 bucks at the most, as long as you can get crates, which most people have in their backyard, in their shed. I found these in my shed and they have served me well. I've had this on the water for 3 full years. Beat up, cracked, broken, but it still works perfectly fine. It's super easy to make. I made a whole video breaking down exactly how I made this one, from the bungee top to the top lid, which if you see right here, has a top lid to keep everything down. I have the closure, which is just a carabiner, the rods, which I bought separately, but they hold up super well, and everything is just zip tied together, so you don't need to be an engineering specialist to do this. If I can do it, you can do it, and you can save a lot of money doing this. So this will cost you anywhere from 20 to 40 bucks, depending what you got laying around at your house already. And item number 7 for kayak fishing is a catch board. And I know you're probably saying, dude, that catch board is expensive. And yes, these Catch X boards are expensive. They're about 70 to 80 bucks depending where you buy it. However, Catch does have another option, which is the Catch Carbonate board. Same manufacturer, same respect, and they're approved for most tournaments. The great thing about the Catch Carbonate is that it's A, cheaper, but also lightweight. I mean, this thing's pretty heavy duty. I could probably use this as a weapon if I really wanted to, though I don't recommend it. But if you're just getting into tournament fishing, I recommend just get the Catch Carbonate. Again, it's accepted on most tournament trails, and you'll save some money. You'll kind of get a feel for it before you decide to upgrade, if you decide to upgrade. A lot of people rock out with that Catch Carbonate for a long time, and the Catch Carbonate is only $45 on Amazon. Budget accessory item number 8 is a pair of lip grips. Lippers, lip grabbers, whatever you want to call them. Every kayak angler should have a pair of lip grips. This is helpful if you're working with a bass that has trebles in his mouth. I use it anytime trebles are involved because I'm not trying to get stuck. Some guys don't care, whatever, that's their prerogative. But also great for fish that have teeth. So if you're going for walleye, if you're going for pike, pickerel, whatever it is, and you don't want to grab the fish from underneath, then you can just grab this. It allows you to grab their lower jaw and with your other hand kind of work out the lure or whatever else you got to do. But a pair of lippers is great. They're all really simple. They work the same way. The only difference is there's some lippers that are metal and they kind of function like a syringe type of thing, but those don't float. a lot of these plastic ones do float. And these lip grips can be found on Amazon for only $10. And that's a perfect segue for item number 9, which is a pair of fishing pliers. So on one hand, you have your lip grips, the other ones you have your fishing pliers. Just get a good pair of fishing pliers. A lot of them are the same, but the features are gonna vary on model to model. Don't do like I did when I first started. I just got a pair of pliers from the hardware store, which is fine and it works for most cases, but these are just more useful, they're more comfortable. This one has a pair of line cutters as well, which works great for my braided line. It also has a split ring remover. It has like a hook thing on the front. Anyways, just more comfortable, rubberized grip, more points that you can tether it to your kayak or your life jacket if you wanted to. And this one is actually from Angry Fish on Amazon. They're currently only $20. Budget accessory number 10 is gonna save your back and save your wallet some cash, and that is a kayak cart. Now this is an essential when it comes to kayak fishing. If you're not trailering your kayak, then you need a good kayak cart. And it could be hard to find a good kayak cart, especially when you're trying to save some money. For many years, I used the Wilderness Systems kayak cart, and it's a great cart. I have no qualms about it, but it's expensive. It's $240, and in this economy, especially if you have a kayak that you bought for $1,000, it doesn't make sense to spend 25% of the value of your kayak on a cart. So I tried out this Beaver cart. I actually did a video comparing the Beaver with the Wilderness Systems, and this thing passed with flying colors. Absolutely love it. Has the same basic design, same bunks, same wheel size, same way it breaks down, but it does have an added feature, which is this kickstand right here. So the Wilderness Systems cart does not have it, so it just has to sit at an incline just like this, compared to like this when it has a kickstand. And the kickstand, if you're not going to use it, you just push it off to the side, just like that, and it stows away. It has a rating for 450 pounds, which is extremely heavy. I've seen a lot of guys try this online. A lot of guys in our Facebook group, Kayak Fishing Dads, has gone with this cart and they love it, especially for the savings that it brings. So again, the Wilderness Systems cart, which is the comparable, is $240. And this Beaver cart currently on Amazon is only $77. And budget item number 11 is a rod float. Again, I've had these in many videos before and I absolutely love these rod floats. They save your investment. If you put it on a $250 rod and reel combo, like that will save your investment. If your rod goes into the water, this will keep it afloat. And they're not the best looking. They're essentially little pool noodles. These particular ones have Velcro around them to help keep them shut. But even though they don't look great on your really nice, expensive rods, they will save you a lot of heartache if your rod goes into the water. Now these rod floats come in a pack of 6 and they're only $14 currently on Amazon. And budget accessory number 12 is the Omnia Pro Premium Subscription app. Yes, it's an app, goes right on your phone, and I know your phone can get bogged down with all the different apps that you're downloading for fishing, for weather, for wind reports, all that stuff, but the beauty of the Omnia Premium Pro subscription is that it includes everything all in one. And it's super affordable. It's only $50 per year. And I really enjoy the app. I use it myself to plan my trip. So if I'm going to a lake that I might not be as familiar with, I go in there and I could check the contour maps. I could check where I'm fishing. I'll check the vegetation, the bottom hardness, and you can layer those filters on top of one another so you can see them all at the same time. And of course, you can look at the weather on there as well. You can see the precipitation that's coming, the temperature, any storms rolling in, and of course, the wind reports. The wind is super important, especially when you're fishing big water, you're fishing offshore, things could change in a heartbeat. And having this app with you, you can plan ahead of time and you can stay up to date on the water as well. And at only $50 per year, it's super affordable. And budget accessory number 13 is a digital scale. You don't want to be caught on the water without a scale to verify if that fish is your personal best. And you don't need to spend $50, $60, $70 on a really good scale. Now this one does not have memory on it, but a lot of guys, unless you're tournament fishing, don't really need that. But it does have 2 different units, so kilograms or pounds. The little hook has a little stowaway compartment in the back where you just clip it in. The handle collapses as well. And it's available on Amazon for only $10. And item number 14 is a kayak cooler. Now, a kayak cooler can be super helpful when you're on the water if you want to store obviously some food, some cold beverages, but it also works if you want to harvest fish. So if you're harvesting fish, wherever you're fishing, saltwater, freshwater, you can use this bag to store your harvest. Now, the great thing about these slender type of kayak coolers is that they can attach right behind your kayak seat. So I actually have carabiners on the attachment points, and I put split rings on my kayak seat and I attach them on there. That way it doesn't slide up and down, it doesn't fall off, but it's super helpful having it right behind my seat. Now, a lot of times that space behind the seat is wasted because there's nothing there, so you can fill it with this and it doesn't take too much space, time, or energy to have it back there. So what I personally use my kayak cooler for is to store my soft plastics. I don't like to keep my plastics on my actual crate, so I keep all my soft plastics in here, and I have them broken up in these little bags by creature baits, worms, Senkos. I have my drop shot lures and everything that I need in there. But a kayak cooler can be used for a lot of different things, and it's super useful to have. And this kayak cooler is only $42 on Amazon. And budget accessory number 15 is a cup holder. If you don't already have a cup holder already molded into your kayak somehow, you absolutely need a cup holder. I take coffee with me on the water every single time I'm out, and this little bad boy right here is perfect for that. This larger cup holder as well can accommodate a lot of the larger tumblers, the Yetis that people tend to take out. It also has these tabs, so if you're putting something smaller in there, say like a bottle of water, it won't shake around or fall out as easily because of these plastic tabs. It just uses a regular T-bolt on the bottom, and you can attach it to any type of gear tracks on your kayak. Another useful thing that this could be used for is to put lures inside. I've seen guys hang lures off the side. So it's great for a lot of different reasons. But if you don't have one, get one. And if you already have a cup holder, you can always use a second one because you might keep your coffee and your water, your beer and your soda, whatever it is. And this cup holder on Amazon is only $20. Budget item number 16, getting close to the end of the list, is a headlamp. These headlamps are super convenient for nighttime fishing, for early morning prep. You're getting ready to fish and the sun hasn't come up. These little lights right here could make your morning a lot easier. And the great thing about this specific headlamp is that it just tucks in right under your hat. It has clips and it's out of the way. You do feel it a little bit because it takes 3 AAA batteries. But if you have it on for 45 minutes, an hour, it's not a big deal. And it has a little button, boop, turns right on. And that is absolutely it. I mean, they're just useful to have. Again, if you're night fishing, you don't have to have it on all the time, but just whenever you're trying to mess around with something in your hand, tie on a new lure, work with a fish, this will be extra helpful. And these come in a pack of 4 for only $16 on Amazon. And number 17 on our list of budget accessories for kayak fishing is a fish finder. And I know some of y'all are thinking, no way, that is way expensive. I can't even add it. And depending who you ask, you're right. Fish finders are not for everyone, and it's certainly not for when you're starting kayak fishing. So if you're just starting out, don't even worry about a fish finder. You don't need all that complication. However, if you're looking to get into fish finders, there's definitely something that is a budget option. Now, I'm just using this for display right here. This is not the fish finder we're talking about. This is my Garmin 93SV. I've had it for 3 years and love it. However, Garmin does make a more affordable unit called the Striker 4CV. Absolutely awesome unit. It has everything you really need when it comes to using a fish finder. So it has your traditional sonar, it has your down scan, and it has quick draw maps as well, so you can map out your contours while you're fishing. And at only $180 brand new, it's very affordable. And number 18 on our list of affordable kayak fishing accessories is the NRS Co-Pilot. This is a safety knife that's meant to be worn on your PFD. When we looked at the PFD from Onyx, you saw it has a lash tab on the top corner. This is exactly where it would go. The clip just goes right into that lash tab, and you can keep it upwards, you can keep it downwards, however you like it, you can keep it. You can also toss it on the side of your kayak, attach it with something, but keeping it on your person is the best case in my opinion. The reason everyone should have a safety knife is not for self-defense, it's going to be for getting yourself out of a sticky situation. Lord forbid you flip your kayak, you get caught in some leashes, you get caught in some line, you got to cut something, and this one comes right out. It's nice and short. As you can see, it's a blunted tip, so that way you don't cut yourself accidentally. One side is nice and smooth while the other side is a smooth serration. It is very sharp, but very useful. Hopefully it's something you never have to use when you're on the water, but it's one of those things that you're gonna wish that you had on you, Lord forbid the situation arise. Now the NRS Copilot is only $45 on Amazon at the time of shooting this video. And our budget-friendly item number 19 is this suction cup navigation lights. If you have a motor on your kayak, you need nav lights, and whenever you think of nav lights, it's usually that red and that green light. This is a perfect workaround. If you don't want to install something permanent, if you don't want to work with some expensive rechargeable stuff, this suction cup nav light adapter is really cool. It is helpful on my Old Town PDL and on my autopilot. There's a big old space on front that you can just pop that sucker right there and it won't move. It actually holds on really tightly. I mean, I'm putting it on here and you can see I'm trying to move that sucker and it's not going anywhere. They also have a version available where it's just white. So if you wanted to put the nav lights in the front, the white in the back, you can do that. It just has a little button where you turn it on, turn it off. So you see, you just gotta make sure you keep it on the right orientation if you put it on the front of your boat. Now these nav lights are just $40 on Amazon at the time of shooting this video. And item number 20 on our list of affordable kayak fishing options is a phone tether. Now, if you've seen my kayak setup videos before, you've seen my accessory videos before, this thing is on there because it is amazing. Do the kids say bomb.com? Because this is bomb.com, bro. This has saved my phone countless times from going into the water. And the reason I really like it is I have a big phone. It's the iPhone 14 Pro Max, Max Pro, whatever it is. So it has this big camera section on the back. And with this silicone case, it has a bigger slot so that it cuts out the camera. It sits on the side of the camera, not blocking it. So when you're taking pictures for a tournament, if you're just taking pictures while you're out there landing fish or whatever, this is a great tool to have. It saves your phone from going in the water and it looks good. It's tough, it's heavy duty. It has a big carabiner, has the nice tether, and of course the silicone case. Now this tether from Rogue Fishing is currently only $22 on Amazon. And the last budget-friendly item on our list is a pair of sunglasses. You absolutely need to wear sunglasses when you're out on the water. It protects your eyes from the sun, but also it allows you to see better when you're fishing. If you could see a little bit deeper in the water and cut through the glare from the sun, you can see the vegetation. You can even see fish if you're sight fishing. So there's a lot of reasons to have these, but most importantly, you want to protect your eyes. Another reason too is if you ever get a lure that snaps back at you or something else, it can protect your eyes from getting harmed from a hook, from a lure, from whatever it is. I just always like to wear glasses unless it's extremely dark, it's very cloudy or something like that. But even when it's cloudy, you can typically find me with glasses on. Now these are from Native Eyewear. I really like them, and honestly, they're some of my favorite pair of glasses. Now they run from 50 to 60 bucks, but there are other options that are popular and affordable. KastKing makes some great sunglasses. They're available on Amazon. They're tinted, they're polarized, and they're only $21 at the time of shooting this video. And if you thought this video was helpful, check out the top mistakes beginners make when they're kayak fishing and how to avoid them right here. So till next time, guys, peace and God bless.